welcome our own friend Seema, who is here to review KGF. She is a coach who've been transforming many people, students, professionals in terms of their career. And Seema is here to review KGF, the movie, which is a blockbuster. It made, it's into that multi-crore business. And there is KGF2, which is also coming in. And the reason we got Seema onto this particular show, or this particular reviewing this particular movie, is because she was brought up in KGF. She lived in KGF, the actual city. A lot of people might not be aware. There is a KGF which is available in Karnataka. It's a real place, and she lived there for 20 years. So thanks a lot, Seema, for joining us on this particular show. So, kaisa tha movie? What's your review about KGF?
First of all, thank you, Ravi, for having me once again on your show. I think Work TV is doing some incredible work. And yes, coming to KGF, first of all, I want to say, KGF is a feeling. It's an emotion in itself. It's beautiful, and even if the loyal audience of fans of Yash, carry that emotion very, very strongly. Very recently, I was, this post was kind of trending on Twitter, where the fans of Yash actually wrote a letter to the Prime Minister requesting him to declare a national holiday on the release of KGF Chapter 2. Why? Because for them it's an emotion, it's a celebration, and it's a festival in itself. And I think I carry a lot of pride being from KGF as well. So, yes, very quickly we will dive into the review. But even before that, I want to say that it is an absolutely fictional movie. Absolutely not, no resemblance to reality for sure. Yes, to start with, it's a story which is action packed with vengeance to conquer the world, of course, packed with loads of emotions. So it's a beautiful blend, where the story of this gangster and the USP is the love and the bond that he shares with his mother. So that's amazing. And I think I loved the story for the beautiful treatment it's given. And there is so much that I can talk about it, but I'm going to give you a very non-spoiler review. So people who haven't watched it must go and watch it. So giving you in a snippet. So this is a story of this young boy, Yash, who kind of promises his mother on her deathbed that he is going to grow up and die rich and powerful. And this takes him from the streets of Mumbai to Bangalore, and of course from there to the fields of KGF. So this local don in Mumbai, Shetty, identifies him, and when he asks him, what do you want? He says, Dunya. And when he says this, this little Yash, I think his real name is Anmol, he says this with so much conviction, you're totally in love with that little boy. And then, of course, there's this another Don who comes from Bangalore and puts him on a secret mission to kill this person, Garuda, who's the villain. I think his name is Ramachandra Raju, the villain Garuda, beautifully portrayed by him again. I mean, he stands by the persona of the villain. And yes, it takes him to Bangalore. And from there, when he's exported to this world of Kolar gold fields, it's another world which Garuda has built. And this, of course, is his own world, because he gets in people, he compels people, and he brings them to his own world where they are treated as slaves, and they are supposed to work for him and work in the gold mines. And that's where, yeah, why I think I really like this movie is because, the acting is so beautiful that somewhere this unreal world starts looking real to you. And that's where the audience builds this connect and this emotion, and they start feeling like the character. And all the characters are very, very beautiful. Talking about the first half, it's got to do a lot with the persona of Yash. They kind of portray him as, first of all, I think anybody who goes to this movie should have this in mind. Don't go with this, don't use your brains too much thinking like, how this one man can, bash up so many people out there. Like, it's just a masala entertainer. It's a mass movie. Just go out there to enjoy. It's fiction, and you should go and watch this movie with that intent, and only then you will enjoy it. And of course, what I really like about, okay, coming to the second half first, I think when you get into this, exported into this world of KGF, it's incredible. The color grading, the palette, it's gorgeous. I can tell you. I've been living in KGF, but the cinematography, what I think it's done by Bhuvan Gowda, if I'm not wrong, very, very beautifully done. The aerial shots are incredible. It's amazing. And when Yash actually gets into this and he's among the slaves there, he very seamlessly gets into this. And he's on a mission. Since his mom says that you need to be powerful and rich, he wants to kill this villain and, of course, win Mumbai. So that is on his mind. But of course, later it's something else. The plot revolves around something else. Of course, there are a lot of subplots there in the movie, lot of characters introduced in the first half. But you kind of start relating to them. It's a little too much for you to take initially, but then slowly, it kind of gets you seep into it. And in the second half, his focus is very much on killing the villain, and he wants to keep him away from emotions. He doesn't want to get emotionally connected to people, but then he has a heart of gold. So he kind of gets connected to these people. And when he realizes, that this child, this newly born child, is going to be killed only because it's a girl child. And this old man is also going to be killed by these guards of the villain because, he's unproductive and he's blind and he won't be able to contribute. That's when, his rebellious bell rings, and it rings really, really hard. And then, he kind of strategizes and he gets into the other world, or the palace of Garuda. And the climax, I tell you, Ravi, I think it's incredible. I don't want to spoil it for the viewers who haven't watched it, so I will not give you the climax, but I definitely think you must go and watch it. And very, very quickly, I will tell you what I really, really liked about the movie.
Yeah.
First, one thing, I think the biggest USP of the movie is Yash. Replace Yash from the movie and it's another movie. I mean, I don't know. I cannot see anybody else there. This man has the swag, the style, and all of this, without any designer clothes, without any stylish soft cars, nothing at all. He carries his persona incredibly. The way he flips his hair, and, the way he walks, his gait, his dialogue, everything about him is incredible. It's beautiful. So I think 100 marks to Yash there for sure. He's just incredible. And I think the second thing that I really, really liked is the dialogues. They're so powerful. Just as I told you, when his mother is on the deathbed, she very nicely says, if you want to die peacefully, you need to be rich, you need to have money to live peacefully. But it's also important to have money to die peacefully. And that's very intense. I think there's so much intensity in that dialogue. And the other dialogue, I think, which I really, really liked is at the end, in the climax, when, she says that when you have these, if you draw courage from 100 men standing behind you, you can win battles. But if 100 men standing behind you draw courage with the fact that you are standing up with them, then you can win the world. And it's such a lovely message because even without sounding preachy, even without sounding very motivational, to give the message out there that it's not just power, it's not just money. If you have the love of people, the unity of people out there, you can definitely conquer the world. And you need to have a heart of gold for sure. And I think that's very, very beautiful. So that is why I say, it's an action come emotion based movie. So I really love that. And I think the other thing that I really liked about it is the BGM. The background music, I think it gives you goosebumps. It's amazing. When the Salam Rocky Bhai, when that song plays, oh my God, I can feel the connect with it. And I feel so, so proud, when I listen to that. Okay, it's connected to my place, KGF, and it kind of gives you that feeling. And even for people who don't belong to this particular town, they kind of start developing that connect. And I think it's incredibly done. The music, I think I will give it like 80, I mean, or probably more than that. It's an incredible, the background music. And I think the other thing is the climax. So beautifully shot, so beautifully done. Yash basically, getting out of that water with the color and, the water dripping from his hair. I think it's so dramatic, so beautiful. So I think I really love the movie for all these reasons. And I think, the global acclaim that it has got is because of the connect that it could build with the audience. And that cannot come if you just, it has to be everything. There has to be talent, there has to be music, great cinematography, direction. It's a package. It cannot be, on the onus cannot be on one person. So I think it's a must watch.
Yeah. What about KGF2? So now you've watched KGF1. So are you eagerly waiting to watch KGF2?
Absolutely. I mean, you can see it out there on the internet, the frenzy that, KGF2, who's who. Everybody's out there commenting about the teaser of KGF2, and it looks even more interesting because you have Sanjay Dutt there as Adira, and when your villain is as equally powerful as the hero. Oh my God, the challenge, and it kind of builds that curiosity in you. And of course, there's Ravina Tandon as well, I think, who will be playing a lady politician out there. So I think all of this, and I think Excel is doing an incredible job at marketing it. I think it's Farhan Akhtar and Rakesh Sidwani, if I'm not wrong. So these people are leaving no stone unturned. And we can already see it. I think when the teaser was released on Yash's birthday, it went all out there. I think in few minutes, I think it's 60 or 70 minutes, more than 1 million views out there. So I think everybody is actually looking forward to watch KGF2.
So
So yeah.
आप घर पे देखोगे या थिएटर जाओगे?
Oh,
During
for
this pan
sure in the theaters.
during this pandemic, would you watch it? I mean, do you want to watch it in like the streaming this thing, or want to go to the theater?
Definitely theaters, Ravi. This is not a movie to be watched on the small screen for sure. I mean, you have to go out there and watch it. And I think it's July, so things are easing up. And I think everybody should go out there and watch this movie in theaters. It's a must watch. If you like cinematic brilliance, if you are this person, and again, it's not just for people who are, who like action movies. It's also for people who like story. It's also for people who want to look for cinematic brilliance and excellence. I think it's a visual treat in itself. So I think सबको कुछ ना कुछ मिलेगा उससे. Anybody who goes out there will seek something for themselves. And kuch nahi to, there are a lot of personality traits that you can learn. Just as I told you, he doesn't wear those designer clothes, and just his attitude and persona can just kill you. The way, in fact, I was watching that teaser wherein he lights his cigarette with that burning nozzle of the gun. And man, this man is incredible. So I think, I really feel all of you should go out there and watch it on the big screen for sure.
So, given a chance, like people go for movies with family or with friends, very close friends, or with colleagues, or with kids. So,
Right.
what would be your preference to watch KGF?
So,
किसके साथ?
there are very few movies, Ravi, where you feel like Tali Bajao, Siti Maro types. You have a couple of movies like that. And I think I'm this one person where I see something really fun and interesting. I just kind of let loose. So I think I would want to go with these bunch of friends who are crazy. Why not you? So
Yeah.
I think, we should go and watch, all of us should go and watch this movie who can, really, really enjoy the movie, not just sit and eat munching popcorn there or sip and kind of pass comments. Definitely no, this is a movie that has to be enjoyed thoroughly.
So
So it
Seema doesn't think of who is sitting beside audience क्या सोचेंगे बाजू के लोग क्या सोचेंगे. So अगर सीटी बजाना है तो उठ के बजाएगी.
Absolutely, absolutely. If for the last interview, if you remember, I told you how I can sit in an international airport and eat ghar ka khana. So if I can do that, I can definitely, stand in a theater and tali bajao wala scene. Definitely, yes,
Yeah.
I can do that.
I'm sure I can visualize that. The first entry scene of Yash itself, I'm sure the theater will be, completely with lots of whistles. So good.
It's nice, Ravi, because this is the kind of first Kannada movie which is kind of getting its due, and I can see it's kind of acclaimed on the global platform. And I think it's amazing because I believe South Indian industry has a lot of talent, but it's time they get their due. So I think this movie, kind of sets standards there and, gives a strong message out there. We're out there, people. So
Why is
yeah.
KGF so close to your heart? And what are the memories you personally have with respect to KGF?
So,
The location.
KGF Ravi, it is very, very, very beautiful. First of all, I mean, I don't know if you know this, it was called Little England because of the lovely weather that it has. To give you a few facts, the first electricity in India, KGF was the first place to receive. I think it was the second in Asia after Tokyo, Japan. And if I can give you a little snippet about KGF post independence, when we wanted loan from the World Bank and we didn't have assets to show, the then Prime Minister, he actually pledged the KGF mines. Those were shown as assets, the KGF gold mines. So I think KGF is given a lot. In fact, if you go now and you see, you can see these crazy cyanide hillocks. which is the debris of the gold. Basically, the stones, gold is extracted, and all this debris, the clay, the mud, and the slime, and all of it, and it creates a beautiful visual. It's amazing. And what I feel, the people of KGF are amazing. Of course, they definitely have a heart of gold, and they're very welcoming, and they've been giving a lot to the nation. And what I feel now, of course, is somewhere KGF is losing its sheen, because a lot of people out there are moving out of KGF for better opportunities, and so many people travel on a daily basis, for dearth of opportunities. So I really, really feel it. The people of KGF needs attention. Like currently, the small and medium businessmen are going through their own challenges and obstacles, and there are people who've been living there for 60, 70 years, and they've been the backbone of KGF. So I think somewhere people who are in power, people who are in influence, if they can do something for the people of KGF, they must do it. I mean, their voice should be listened to. And I have crazy memories. In fact, Ravi, I should tell you, there are a lot of groups on Facebook. KGF, the Little England, and so much about KGF. And there are so many WhatsApp groups. Anybody who's lived in KGF now, you can't take KGF out of their heart. So it's another feeling. Just as the movie is a feeling and emotion, KGF in itself is another feeling and emotion. And in fact, it's not now. Even before KGF was not known, before the movie, also every KGFian out there, carries that pride that I'm from KGF. So I think it's beautiful.
Super, super. Thank you, Seema. So all the people who have not watched KGF, do watch it. I mean, though it was released a couple of years back, still good. So that you can watch the upcoming KGF2. And also, as Seema rightly said, a lot of people out there need attention, some help. It's time for give back. So the producers of KGF, if they're making good money, do check out if you can do something back for KGF.
It's an appeal, honestly, Ravi. Through this video, I want to appeal out there that if you can really do something for the people of KGF, I think it really needs attention and support.
Super. And friends, yeah, do support KGF. The location, the movie, and thank you, Seema. Thanks a lot for sharing your review, honest review about KGF, and all the best. And yeah,
it's always a pleasure being on your show, Ravi.
Yeah. So eagerly waiting for KGF2. Thanks, friends. Thanks a lot. Have a great day ahead.